if I was to begin to tell y'all what y'all saw this Sunday, I mean, you would just, if you missed it, you almost need to commit suicide right now. I don't endorse that all the time, but you definitely missed a phenomenal, monumental event. You saw the introduction of the Battleground Earth show, Luda's team and Tommy's team pretty much, them stars finding their respective teammates and then beginning the first mission, which took place, in the Ninth Ward in New Orleans. It was, some celebrity appearances. Cedric the Entertainer was on there as a good brother. He was real funny. They had Motley Crue homeboy, I forget his name, but he's Tommy homeboy. P. Diddy called Luda. So it was just, a real, mega intro for the show. I kind of liked it. I'm looking forward to next week. Well, with us being kind of, in this political campaign with the race going on right now and everyone trying to improve the state of things, going green is real big. So I think they used, rock and roll and rap to, because those are pretty much the main vehicles that the children are responsible and a part of as far as being, representative of the environment and the state of things in society. So to combine the two, to be able to make a difference in the world by using music, which everyone loves, I think that's real big because, you ask the average person who's the vice president of the United States, they're not really sure, but everybody knows who Will Smith is. So, once you get someone like that, big stars, big role models to say something that's influential, something that's, that has substance, that actually will make, the world a better place, it just has much stronger legs to stand on. Oh, well, like a super fly player like myself got involved in the project because, me and Luda, we grew up together. We, both played baseball, Little League on the west side of Chicago, west suburbs, Oak Park. So, he, pretty much for them to pick me to be on the team, it was just, it was meant to be because, we go way back. And to, exist on the road with somebody for 45 days, living up on a bus, that's not easy. It's really not. You got to endure other people's odor, and you got to tolerate, they attitudes, and you just have to really learn to coexist with people. So it's cool because we go so far back. So it was straight. It was straight. What I thought the green was in particular when the first concept of the show was brought to my attention, I thought money green. I thought medical cannabis sativa green. I thought Godzilla green, just anything but the green that it actually was, as far as being a representation of making a change in the environment. The whole movement going green. So it was kind of, it wasn't a shock, but it was definitely okay, I see I'm finna learn something right now. I see I'm finna have to pay attention for real. Oh man, and in the 45 days that I actually spent on the road, going across the country, meeting all type of different people, it was a lot of learning experiences. But I learned a lot of small differences that I could make, that aren't too expensive, if that cost nothing to begin with. As far as little things like cutting off the water when you're brushing your teeth, things like that. But then, swapping out light bulbs and going to the CFLs, the compact fluorescent light bulbs. They last a lot longer and they use way less energy. So, just little things like that. And other little tidbits, using the laptop in your home instead of a desktop computer, saves a lot of energy. Just a lot of little things that I can incorporate into my life that will make a difference and help, preserve natural resources. Well, we started in New Orleans because it was, the location for the biggest natural disaster as far as the hurricane, and then, they're turning into the flood and everything, and just the situation that occurred with the people, that lived there, and then even what wasn't done for the people over the course of years. Because I was amazed to find out it was actually it was years ago that it happened, and there's a lot that hasn't been done to reconstruct that area. So then, what we were doing as far as building the solar panels, putting them on those little housing areas, for people to live in, but then be able to still, have light and electricity, but, not use, just to go green even in helping reconstruct a new neighborhood somewhere. So that it was really a a double bonus, like to get 2 in 1, so to speak. When we were looking for the Battleground Church, actually riding through the 9th Ward, seeing the devastation that was done to the neighborhood, and we got out, we saw a house, and it was like like a little teddy bear sitting right there. It was like the whole half of the house was missing, so like you could look inside. It was like a dollhouse, like a playhouse, like a model kind of, and to be able to look inside and see how much of the house was still preserved, but still, you could see it was warped from being underwater for so long. It was just a shock because it made me realize how fast it actually happened, like how sudden it was to where you just saw like the people in Pompeii when the volcano erupted and they were just covered in ash. It was instantly, so everything was just preserved, and you just saw exactly how their culture was and how they were living. Like to just look in the house like that and see the dishes on the shelves and the refrigerator with still magnets on it, and like it's CD players, like just everything. It was just kind of mind blowing. Seeing it on the news is one thing, but like actually being there is a whole nother experience. Like you really tune into the vibration of that area. You pick up on those energies a whole lot more when you're actually physically in that place. So to see it on the news was, it's like, oh my God, but actually being there, you start really putting yourself in that situation. And I guess that's what happens. It's what needs to happen more in order for there to be a change, is people need to really start looking at themselves as being in these situations before we either contribute, start to help, or just make a difference.